It's that time of the year again, when the legislature, judiciary, and the executive are locked in exhilarating.
Let us pray. Almighty God, the creator and ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our actions so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria in general and Lagos State in particular. Amen. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. You are all welcome to today's sitting. It's nice to see you all. Let us go through the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 31st October. Sorry. Oh. That should be 7th. Tuesday, 7th November 2023. Yeah, Tuesday, 31st October 2023. Page 89. Page 9091. Honorable Jamani.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I was absent officially, sir.
Mr. Clark, can you take care of that? Yeah, Honorable. I can't hear you. Can you give him the mic? You can use your partner's mic.
I said I took excuse for that very day, sir.
You what?
I took excuse for that very day, sir.
Mr. Kwa, please handle this. I have examined the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 31st October 2023, and approval is here granted. Any message from the governor?
Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Distinguished honorable members, good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, ma'ams.
Any other
There is
announcement?
no message from the governor, sir.
Any other announcements?
None, sir.
Petitions?
None, sir.
Matter of urgent public importance. Honorable Owolabi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to bring our attention quickly to some news that has been making its rounds in social media over the past couple of days. It is news that is allegedly been written by Sahara reporters, which alleges that our institution, Lagos State University, also known as LSHA, has been engaging in some unscrupulous actions to do with grades for cash and other things for that benefit. Mr. Speaker, sir, this comes as a surprise to this assembly, as LSHA is known to be an institution of high esteem. Just last year, Mr. Speaker, LSHA won an award for being one of the most meritorious schools in terms of teaching the students how to recycle waste and how to educate each other on renewable waste and things of that nature. So they won a prize out of a possible 23,000 different institutions. LSHA came first. And this is an institution that we've all known, many of us in this hallowed chamber have passed through. But notwithstanding, sir, now that this news has come to our attention, with your esteemed permission, sir, I'd ask that if we could please look into this matter wholeheartedly so that the Committee on Tertiary Education can look deeply and call those involved, call the VC of the institution. We can also call the Senate, who has been mentioned in this, and also the Commissioner of Education, just so we can get a better idea of what exactly Sahara reporters is alleging in their reports. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Bodo.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. I would like to support the prime mover of this motion. When I read this thing on social media, I was amazed. And Lagos State University has been an institution that is forerunner in Nigeria today. We cannot allow some element to just bring down this institution on their own personal interest and gain. So I hereby support the prime mover for his motion, sir. Thank you, sir.
Put off your lines. Honorable Ajamale.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also rise today to support the motion as moved by Honorable Ajani Owolabi. And for me, sir, I think it will come personally because I am a graduate of this same institution. I studied law in the Lagos State University. And with all pride and sense of humility, I can actually say that this school stands with all form of integrity. So it'll be a sad day for me, who has a lot of belief in this institution of Lagos State University, that they are allegedly claiming all sorts of things, negative news about this institution. We have a lot of people who are fantastic people in all forms, all fields of profession, who have graduated from this same school. So it will be unfair for us not to actually investigate whatever it is that is being alleged. So I also want to support the motion as moved by Honorable Ajani Owolabi, sir. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Elliott.
Good afternoon, my Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much for the opportunity. This news has come with great disappointment and heartbreaking, especially knowing that someone like me, being an alumnus of that school, and seeing the kind of work we've worked on making sure that Lagos State University gets its right of place in not just in society, but amongst great institutions. This is an allegation I don't think we should leave with a wave of hand, but we should tackle squarely. And if found guilty, culprits must be brought to book. Otherwise, I think we should investigate this matter. So I support the motion being raised. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Sir.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. The motion is apt, and I think it should be viewed critically. Names were mentioned in this report that was circulating on the social media, especially the ICT department. I think the investigation, as rightly posed by the chairman of tertiary education, should not be limited to the management alone. We should bring people in the ICT as well into questioning. And for all the certificates that have been issued, if found to be fraudulent, be revoked and punishment meted to whosoever the culprits are. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you, Honorable Wulabi, and others who have also contributed. Well, I quite agree with you that if we have issue of this nature, there's need for us to verify so that we can establish facts behind it. But my reservation, this personal, my reservation based on my experience and observations, particularly with the source of the information, for me, I have second thoughts. Sarah, what do you call it? Sarah reporter, Showore. Showore, as far as I'm concerned, is a blackmailer, an extortionist, somebody that will do anything to extract money from any person with slight information. I don't know that Showore is the founder of Sahara Reporter. So it's like celebrating fraud. Showore himself is a fraud. I can say it any day, anytime, anywhere. And we must not allow people like that to destroy our institution. It's our institution. LSHA is our institution. And we must do everything to protect it. We must not allow a common blackmailer who is known all over. For me, I can say it. Of recent, there was a publication. I'm sure the ranking members there will know what happened there about EFCC, and now on daily basis, Showore and his Sahara reporters were printing, publication every day, at times twice, for almost 30 days. In my life, I've never seen petition that has addendum, more than 7 times. Addendum 1, addendum 2, addendum 3, addendum. I've never seen it. It was my first time in my life. I know of petition, I've heard about petition, but a petition having addendum. So for almost 2-3 years, this the same person that claimed that it was President Bola Tinubu that said they should release my account. Somebody that has no idea. An account that was closed for 3 years. At least it's a common knowledge. Justice delay is what? Justice denied. If you close somebody's account for 3 years and you did not charge the person to court, you did not do anything for 3 years, and the account, somebody who has been behind the whole stories, alleging, I don't know, the same person claimed that I did not go to law school. So that was why I said, to me it's personal, that I did not go to law school, I did not do this. So many stories. My family were violated, my children were violated, so why can we listen to such person? So we must not allow such person. That's blackmailer, extortionist. Go to internet, go to Google, search, you will see many people. But unfortunately, when you have international organization backing such a fraud. So I agree that the committee should carry out investigation. We can invite them to establish facts behind these stories. But we must not rely on a fraud. We must not rely on a fraud. If it happens, fine. We can do our investigation and correct it. Beyond the shore of Nigeria, not too far away, we heard about stories of celebrity paying there are ways for the children to be, admitted in some Ivy schools, even United States of America. They were sanctioned. If we find out, we can sanction those that are involved. But we must not, in the name of that, destroy our own institution. I hope you understand that. Fine, we can do our investigation, look at it. If something is wrong, we correct it. But for me, the source, the man behind it is a fraud. It's a fraud. I can say it only way. So I agree with the committee, Honorable Wolabi. You can invite them, invite all of them. Let us see what has gone wrong. Let us establish facts. But I'm once again saying it and appealing. Do not rely on the source. The man behind it is a fraud, is a blackmailer. I've recently said in Abuja, when they staged the protest, what do you call it? Is it knockout? Firework. This was the same person that ignited, one of his scholars ignited the firework or something, and he claimed that he was shot. Is it a lie? Can you imagine that? When you encourage someone, to ignite a what is it called, knockout, firework, and at the same time you say you will be shot. So the question is, who was responsible for the shooting? Who shot him? Which hospital did he go to treat the what is it called, the injury, the shot? So this man is a fraud. So he's totally irresponsible. He's not somebody that we can rely on, and we must not give him the attention he's looking for. But to save our own image, to save our institution, and those who have passed through that institution, I passed through it. I attended classes. I did not pay my way out. I went to law school. The same blackmailer claimed that I did not go to law school. Go and Google it. So we can't rely on him, but you can do your job. So, Honorable, let's invite those who are necessary to be invited. Let us see what happened and correct it. But just don't give him that recognition he's seeking for. I'm saying it again, it's a blackmailer, a cheap one. So I agree with you. Maybe you can give us your prayer. So we also agree that you look into the story without mentioning source.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Under your guidance, sir, the committee on the House Committee, Ministry of Tertiary Education would like to call those involved in the alleged news reports that's going around on social media. Thank you very much, sir.
All in favor, say aye. Those against nay, the ayes have it. Personal explanations, reports, no. Business of the day, Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, good afternoon. Business of the day. House of Assembly motion number 05. Honorable Adams NB, Majority Leader. Honorable Majid FA, Chief Whip. Honorable Kasumu AR, Deputy Majority Leader. Honorable Engineer David SS, Deputy Chief Whip. Honorable Orekoya A. Shomoluwan, Prime Mover. Honorable Engineer Ishar GROA, Etiosa 2. Honorable Mrs. Shongodara MR, Surulere 2. Honorable Olabi IA, Lagos Mainland 1. Honorable Olumo SL, Ajiromi Ifelodun 1. Honorable Lawal AM, Apapa 2. Honorable Aro MA, Ikorodu 2. Honorable Ege OA, Ojo 1. Honorable Doati D. Amuo Odofin 2. Honorable Bonu SS, Badagry 1. Honorable Mrs. Osafile F. Amuo Odofin 1. Need to curb the menace of destitute and street hawkers in Lagos State. That's the first one. Then the second one, B, laying of reports. A petition titled Save Our Soul, a call to the esteemed office of the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly to investigate, intervene, and prevent unjust, unreasonable, and irrational punishment of innocent soul on the altar of sexual harassment by penetration. Surprisingly, a female teacher not mentioned from the onset by the victim. Honorable Engineer David S.S. Badagry to Chairman 5-man ad hoc committee. And second one, a petition titled Undue Exception from Lagos State Government Compensation for NSAS Looting Victim. Honorable Engineer David S.S. Badagry to Chairman 5-man ad hoc committee. That's the business of the day, sir. The first one is motion, sir. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Setonji. Honorable Aropaya.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, I rise to move a motion on need to curb the menace of destitute and street workers in Lagos State. This House notes the effort of previous and current Lagos State administrators to discourage and rid the Lagos State of increasing number of destitute on our streets. It further notes that Lagos State government had established a destitute home at Okubaba equipped with educational facilities to discourage destitute and street beggars and other related activities with a view to curbing their menace in the state. This House also notes, sir, that the Ministry of Youth and Social Development in recent times had arrested destitute on the streets of Lagos with a view to curbing their environmental hazard and security breaches in the state. Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, it's also observed that the street begging is a social vice with attendant environmental disruption, such as obstruction of traffic, robbery, waste generation, and security breaches, which are antithetical to the smart city initiatives of the state government. It's also aware that while some beggars and destitute are genuinely in need, some unscrupulous elements had cashed in on the legendary generosity of Lagosians to turn begging into a business and criminal syndicate, where they recruit beggars and street urchins for daily returns and gains, thereby entrenching begging as a business in our state. This House is further aware that investigation has shown that both menaces have become big business to some group of people, such as beggars and hawkers, children and adults inclusive, and are regularly transported from other parts of the country to Lagos with sole aim of engaging in detestable and demeaning ventures. This House condemns the nefarious activities of destitute, street workers, and beggars, and the uncontrollable movement of mentally challenged on the streets under which many criminals hide to attack motorists and other residents of the state. And it further recognizes the need for the state government to deploy human and material resources towards enlightenment and sensitization via different media platforms. Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, this House resolves to call on Mr. Abajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State, to direct his commissioners, Ministry of Youth and Social Development, to ensure that, one, the increasing menace of destitute is curbed on Lagos roads. Two, the rescue and rehabilitation unit of the ministry is empowered to control increasing menace of destitute on Lagos roads. And three, the special task force set up by the state government in 2021 to curb the illicit venture under which destitute hide to carry out their nefarious activities should be strengthened. B. Ministry of Environment and Water Resources to ensure that hawkers are taken off Lagos roads. C. Ministry of Information and Strategy to ensure continued enlightenment program on the need to curb the activities of destitute. So move, sir.
Switch off your lights. Honorable Elias.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Who goes first? Honorable Elias.
Thank you, my right honorable Speaker. I'd like to first and foremost appreciate the prime mover of this motion for a very apt and long time coming motion. Mr. Speaker, as he rightly said, he described it as a social vice. I totally agree and I'm in conformity with it. This is a fundamental issue, Mr. Speaker. It is a social ill. It is a menace. It is indeed very pitiful that we allow these abattoirs to continue and to have dominance in a state like Lagos. Mr. Speaker, we've always known that Lagos, being proud to have been called the center of excellence, is being derailed and beclouded by lots of these beggars and street urchins filling our streets. Mr. Speaker, on personal notes and experiences, mostly during traffic, and it's very pitiful that we have children occupying most of this begging population. They come to your cars, they put their faces right through you. The moment you just move away, they either hit your side mirror or something. It is becoming, and it is actually a menace, and it must be curbed. We've tried for many years, many years, in trying to remove them. We find out they always come back. If you look at Punch of 7 June 2023, they raised this issue up again, whereby they said that this matter has become a major problem. Indeed, we have allowed it to sustain itself so long in Lagos State, and it must stop now. Why must it stop now? We must also devise means by which we will have them, look for alternative means. Just chasing them and arresting them is not enough. We must find other means, rehabilitating them, bringing them out, some of them taking them back to their state of origin, if necessary. It is, and it must be noted, sir, as claimed by the Punch of 7 June 2023, that it has actually become a cartel. It has actually become a cabal. And we must get to the deep root. Get those people who hire these people to go to the streets. Because it's a business venture, becoming more lucrative than even these people who wake up in the morning to go for their normal businesses. Mr. Speaker, one of the low-hanging fruits for Lagos State development is clearing out beggars from the streets. Finally, sir, I would like to ask and pray that those laws that criminalizes street begging must be enforced. We must enforce those laws because we have them. It's against the child life rights law, which we domesticated in this house. So, sir, we call that they must enforce it and look for all those means. If possible, the stakeholders should come and brief this house on how they intend to go by it. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable Mukelu.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, good afternoon. I really want to appreciate the prime mover of this motion for bringing it up today. Mr. Speaker, people that are hawking, that are begging in the traffic, it usually happens to we that are coming from Ajaxis, inward Ikeja. Any moment that you see us in the traffic, you see all these people, they will just come on to you, knock your glass. Even in the morning is even good. If you are even moving at night, maybe in the around 11 o'clock, you will see them. If you are looking at your mirror, we that you are using driver, looking at your mirror, you even seeing them exchanging things with people in the traffic. You think maybe they are begging money. You are exchanging like maybe they are selling, hawking drugs in the traffic. But you won't notice that is what they are doing. But people will be seeing them as they are hawker. But these beggars, they are not indigent, as we all see them. And even at night, you see them bringing gum at you at this area, what they call it, VGC side. Once they point gun at you, they will run into Ilaje. They will rob you. Mr. Speaker, I've seen the prime mover on his resolution that he resolved his prayer. I want to add, maybe we should add that Kai will not be seeing their job in Lagos State. Maybe we'll add it under Ministry of Environment. Kai should be 100%, like 24 hours on the road. Like they will stay in the traffic to monitor the activities of these people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Speaker. I have to thank the Prime Mover for this motion. As it was earlier stated, there are laws guiding this street hawking and destitute on our road. Mr. Speaker, Lagos State, we are sitting on gunpowder. If you look at the children hawking on the streets, most especially, the new vibe now on Lagos Road is watch and go. You see these little children, age of 5 upward, they will carry a small water bucket, and when you are in traffic, they start watching your car. Where do we go from here? When these children grow up, they have nothing to do. So we have to take a drastic measure on this and make sure that we face this menace squarely. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity, sir.
Honorable Ajobade.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I also want to support the prime mover of this motion. And I would also like to share a personal experience that I have had with some of these so-called street beggars. And I use the word so-called carefully because we find out that majority of them are actually fake. There's actually nothing wrong with them. They are able-bodied people, especially the adults amongst them. The personal experience I want to share, Mr. Speaker, was there's this particular street beggar who stays somewhere around Ikeja. And most of the time you see him, he acts like he has a physical challenge and a mental challenge. And a couple of weeks after I saw him begging on the road, and which some people were giving him money, I didn't. And I found him in 2 places. The first one was at an eatery, a very popular eatery, where he was having a very sumptuous meal of jollof rice, chicken, and salad. And he looked very clean and very fresh. And I approached him. I said, "Are you not the one always begging in Ikeja?" He said, "What's my business?" That's how he makes his money. The second time I saw the same guy was in a bank with a stack load of money, trying to pay money into an account. So some of these people are actually beggars, fake beggars.
You follow him to restaurants.
I saw him.
Follow him to the bank.
I saw him, sir. The same person, 2 times.
What a coincidence.
It was very strange to me, sir. And I recognized him because it was the second time. The second experience I want to share, sir, is that some of the children in which they are using, they actually use them for criminal purposes. Now, I say this because there was a day I was coming on Ozumba, and there was traffic where we stopped in the evening. And these little children, just like Honorable Desmond said, they come and they put their face on your glasses of the car, and they are looking into your vehicle. Apparently, they are trying to look to see if there are bags exposed, to see if your phones are hanging here and there. And then when you move a couple of meters ahead, you'll find boys that will just come and smash your side mirror, and they know exactly where to pick up whatever bag you have or your phones, where it is. So we have a security risk, sir. And a state like Lagos, there was a time where we cleared off all of these street beggars and people from the road. But unfortunately, it seems like we have lost some of these things that we did. And I'm hoping that, to support Honorable Desmond, we must have a lasting solution and not just something that we'll do. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable Aromanshu.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. Mr. Speaker, street beggar and hawking is social vibe that calls for serious attention. We shouldn't wait until it's uncontrollable before we start calling on all MDAs and agencies that need to do the needful in clearing our streets, in clearing
our motorways now. Mr. Speaker, it's just worrisome that when you look at the age bracket of those in question in this street hawking and street beggar, you see, you will be somehow curious that where are the parents of these children? Why are they even putting their life in risk? Because you see some of them running after your car, you'll be somehow shocked. That where did such a young boy, a young girl develop such confidence? Knocking your glass, telling you wind down. So you'll be somehow curious as looking at those young boys, looking at their age bracket, that is seriously called for serious attention. That we also need to be watchful. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at their influx alone, day in, day out, from different parts of the country, from different parts of the state, I think we need to curb this now. Mr. Speaker, many times there are children found sleeping under the bridge. And you'll be driving past night and you see small children. You look at their age brackets sleeping under the bridge. Well, Mr. Speaker, I want us to call on necessary agents that we need to wake up to our responsibility now and clear them off. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, a lot has been said to show the menace that this is causing. However, a part that's also been left out is the last speaker mentioned something very close to that, that they don't have access to good habitats. And when they don't have access to good habitats, they obviously don't have they don't have access to good toilet facilities also. And this makes open defecation a norm to them. There has been an executive order, 009, at the federal level that was signed against to achieve an open defecation-free Nigeria by 2025 and other related matters. So I am looking at the Lagos state government taking charge and domesticating this law because, and why this motion is very important also is that we cannot achieve this just by advocacy or sensitization alone. We need some enforcement because now open defecation, when this happens, it creates a lot of health challenges and environmental challenges. That is why I'm in support of the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources to really look into this, domesticate these laws, and enforce it to the letter. Thank you.
Honorable Suraj.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Why I commend the prime mover of this motion. Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm to you that this is one of the factors that contribute to insecurity within the state. If the street beggar who is begging to survive are bearing children beside the road, and there was a day we asked a question, we asked one of them that these children that you are giving birth to, how do you take care of them and how are they going to survive in life? And the answer was, when the children grow up, they are going to repeat the same thing. And these are the group of people that we grow up and become a terrorist within our street. Like the case of Ali Mosho, Alabara, we go to that place and you see that place is a danger to the society. Thank you very much, sir.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. First and foremost, I want to commend the prime mover of this motion, and I want to support this motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to support what Honorable Desmond has said. These beggars, they actually have what we call cartel. I think in the morning, they will come with a bus, they will bring them, and they will drop them in different destinations for them to be doing their normal business. My last stakeholders meeting, we have 3 different residents that shared their experience in terms of this beggar issue. The first one said that the beggar approached him and he went down, he said, "Oga, give me money." And he said, "I don't have money." To the Oga, "You don't have money. Remember that I know you very well. This is not your wife in the car. This one that you have with you is not your wife. I know your wife very well. Don't worry, I will tell your wife." And the man said, in the night when he got home, when the wife too was passing, the beggar told the wife that your Oga was passing with one woman in the morning. And the resident was saying that person was his neighbor that he took to work in the morning. And the beggar later told his wife that your Oga carried somebody in the morning. That was the first experience. And the second experience, what that they shared was that he said when he knocked somebody's car, the man was driving SUV. And when he knocked the person wind down And after winding down, they said, Oga, give us money. He said, no, I don't have money. He said, Oga, don't forget, you see our G-Wagon white at home. We know your G-Wagon too. Don't forget, we know your G-Wagon. So you could see that the second experience. The third one was that, all these children, they are very small. And we have somebody that was a learner that shared his experience, that said he was a learner. And while he was driving, he mistakenly matched the young girl, and the girl died. And immediately they said, don't worry, don't go to station. Don't go to hospital, don't go to anywhere, we'll set it out. Let's go decide and go and settle. And the man, because of the anxiety, said, don't worry, I'll follow you to where you want to go. So they now went to one side, we were now negotiating. So how much will you collect? So they started negotiating and all that. So the data collected 2 million naira from that person so that the person can go. They said, don't worry, we'll go and sort ourselves out. So I think it's a way of business. So I think part of the solution that we'll be looking at is, Mr. Speaker, you remember, sir, during the regime of Governor Fashola, this kind of issue happened, and they did what we call enforcement, and they repatriated some of the beggars' power back to their state. I think I would want to suggest that the Commissioner for Youth and Sports should also liaise with so many commissioners in the north so that they could have an agreement. If possible, if we can repatriate them back to their different communities so that we can give them back to their state of origin. That's the first one, sir. Second one, sir, I think it's very important that this house should invite the Ministry of Youth and Social Development so that they should come up with their budget, how they could enforce this beggar issue. Because I think they need more rehabilitation centers. What they are saying is that there is no law that says they can keep 7 years or 9 years old in the detention for more than 24 hours. So when they arrest them, this cartel will still come back and they will still come and bail them. So I think it's important for us to also have in our prayer to invite the Ministry of Youth and Social Development to also appear before the House. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Said.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I really want to thank the prime mover of the motion, Honorable Orekoya. The motion is up. It is like we are sitting on a gunpowder. I don't imagine the kind of amount of infrastructure we are building in Lagos State. And if we are building infrastructure, we are doing light rail, we are doing blue rail, we are building cinema centers, food up, and fantastic ideas. These are the people that are going to be inimical to some of these infrastructures. Because it's an enormous pandemic that is waiting to be exploited. I don't know how a child that has been deprived love, that has been deprived parental care, that his parents have failed him right from the inception, will grow up and appreciate the kind of environment that is. And these people constitute environmental nuisance, traffic aberration, even security-wise, according to all the stories that our distinguished honorable member has related to us here. And I don't know the reason why we have the Lagos Task Force, and they are not being proactive. Since almost 2 years or 3 years back, I have never seen where a task force officer, collected some of these people and they took, and there is no single investor that will come and invest in an environment that is not secure. So, Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, we have the Enable Law on Land, Lagos State Child Rights Act of 2015. We have the Nigerian law of 2019. All this law has been domesticated. We have the law, but it is our function to make the law. What of those people that are to enact the law? I think in that regard, we need to investigate and do more so that these people could be proactive so that we can have a saner society. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Lumego.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise this afternoon to support the motion as moved by Honorable Orekoya. We say mega city. Lagos is a mega city. To what end do we have this mega city and how long? I remember during the last, administration of BRF, there was zero tolerance to street urchins. So basically, inflow of destitutes from mainland, it's been noticed recently over time that there's so much around Osapa, Ikate, all the way to Ajayi, where from Badore Road. And we know a particular tribe that actually indulged in this act. So on generosity of Lagosians, I think 2 days ago I saw a video on Instagram where I was able to contact one of the agencies that this house mitigated. A lady rented a house for a woman, and she had 3 kids. And apparently she's been putting these kids, she rented the house, gave them money for business, bought provision for them, at least worth over 2.5 million naira from her own personal savings. And this woman went back to that same position where this lady picked her up from. So she came out from her car when she saw them, they were about running away. She came out from her car and accused the woman that, why did you leave the house I rented for you? I rented the house out of my ad money. I was still planning on giving you funds to start a business. We understand that the government can't do it alone, but still, we need to rehabilitate these people. So, like, you keep doing things for them and they keep coming back. So on this end, I think we need to implore more of our, there needs to be public enlightenment awareness campaign, job training and empowerment support, mental health services, collaborations with NGO, legal framework and enforcement, and support from communities also. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Deputy Speaker, put off your line, Olubego.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I would like to appreciate the prime mover of this motion. First of all, there's a Yoruba adage that says, my point is, whether we like it or not, we need to make provision for these people. It might be hard, it might be difficult, but we have to make provision for them. We need to rehabilitate them. It's unfortunate that we don't have the power of restriction of movement of people coming into Lagos. We might not have that power, but we have to make provision. I can remember during the time of sitting president, actually Bola Ahmed Tinubu, between Ibejuleki and Epe, there used to be an island, more like a rehabilitation center, that they take people off the street. I think we need to go back to this way. Let's take them off the street, rehabilitate them, but no matter how little, if they want to learn a trade or something, or all these artisan jobs, let's go back to this way and start taking them off the street. Once they know that little children, once government see them, they will take them, and it's far away on an island where you can't just go on your own. You can't access it. I believe this will help in reducing the way at the stand by the road to beg and distress. Just like someone said earlier, it's like we all sitting on a keg of gunpowder, waiting to explode anytime. Thank you so much, sir.
Honorable Council. Is it Deputy Shiwipo? Secondly?
Yes. The Right Honourable Speaker, I appreciate you for granting me the opportunity to air my view on this particular motion. Actually, the motion is very apt because the menace of this destitute on the road on our streets is becoming something else. But we must be also be mindful about the second leg that has to do with street trading, the hawkers. With due respect, Mr. Honourable Speaker, the economic situation of the country is not at the best time. And it's giving a lot of hardship to the people. That may drive some of these things. That is why some of these policies may not, especially in the positive area, may not be, may not be able to adhere strictly to them. So I'm concerned about the street trading, which is a very bad thing. It cannot be encouraged. But we cannot, to a great extent, enforce some of these laws because it will boomerang on us. I know that some of the officials are overzealous in their work. When you ask them to go to the street, to go and arrest them, they do some other things that are inimical to the objective. So my concern is that the economic situation must allow us to do something that will alleviate the suffering of the people, because people are facing serious challenges, and that's the truth. But if we want to enforce law, we don't even have the capacity in terms of police and for law enforcement agents to carry out this thing, because there are so many. Yes, the deaths are terrible. So I want to plead that the Committee on Social Welfare and Youth and Sports will also try to visit some of these rehabilitation centers. If you visit those rehabilitation centers, you'll be amazed the condition
of these station centers, which is quite deplorable. So that's why I want to beg that we must, while enforcing the law, we must also be mindful of the situation of the country. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you say the economy of the nation. Is the only set of the beggars that is being affected by the situation? Everybody is being affected. Does it mean everybody should go on the streets? If everybody goes to the streets to beg, would there be movement of, what is it called? Honorable Sir.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for yet again giving me another opportunity to speak on this motion. Well, the question we'll have to ask, is it an established trading or norm in the society for begging? I think that answer should be yes. People have established begging as a trade. Take it away from those people that even come from the northern part. In the southern part, even where we are, there are parents that deliberately send their children out to beg. So we need to speak to parenting. What is wrong with parenting? Is it the economic hardship that has made us lose the culture of bringing children to life and refusing to take proper care of them? So these are issues that must be addressed. Then we have to speak to criminality that arises, like my colleague have said. Then we need to praise when there is time for us to do so, because I have a personal experience. Here in Ikeja, somebody reported to me there is a guy that begs in the afternoon, but when it comes to night, it becomes another thing. And I brought the matter up before Prince Oyekon, that is the head of the neighborhood watcher. Within 2 days, this guy was caught and remanded in the prison. So these are criminal activities that arise from these activities. Sir, I want to also support my colleagues for saying that our rehabilitation centers, they are in bad shape. I've been to Oregon Rehabilitation Center.
Oh.
The Oregon Remand Center, yes.
When you say rehabilitation, what do you mean by rehabilitation?
The remand home in Oregon, where these children...
Who do you want to rehabilitate?
Some of these children are taken away from the
Are they handicapped?
Well,
are they crippled? Because I don't know why you keep saying rehabilitation. You only rehabilitate either victim of drugs, cripple, handicap, but maybe elderly people who are too old to walk. But somebody that is young, a kid that is growing up, what do you want to rehabilitate? Or maybe we should watch our adjective or something. Maybe we need something else.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Sir.
Rehabilitate. What do you want to rehabilitate? Somebody choose to beg. You want to rehabilitate. What do you want to rehabilitate in that person?
So, as Mr. Speaker places.
Oh, we are discussing. It's not about this, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So what I'm trying to establish, some of them are in Oshodi. Some of these boys that stays in Oshodi, when you go to Igodo, you see them on the street. They are in Ajegunle as well. You see them doing various things, and our officials, when they come. Right. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable, lastly.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to thank the prime mover of this motion and also to align with the prime mover of the motion. Mr. Speaker, the issue of destitute and children involved in street hawking is a major challenge to Lagos at this point, and we really need to know that it's a social problem. And to my best of knowledge, I think lack of broken home is a factor in what is actually on ground. Mr. Speaker, there are 4 categories of children that are on the street of Lagos. Firstly, we have children in conflict with the law, Mr. Speaker. We have children that are in need of care and protection. We have children that need shelter, and we have children that are in conflict with the law. These 4 categories of children are the ones we see on the street of Lagos, and mostly they are from our neighboring countries and neighboring states. Some come as far as Cotonou, Republic of Benin, and Ghana to Lagos for various businesses and to hawk on our streets, and also for hand begging. Mr. Speaker, sometimes ago in Lagos, during XY administration, it was
done while majority of these children were being taken away from the streets by men of Lagos State Task Force in collaboration with Ministry of Youth and Social Development. I think, Mr. Speaker, we need to revert back to status quo and make sure that the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, in collaboration with men of Lagos State Task Force, work hand in hand and get rid of all these children away from the street, while those in our neighboring states should be transferred and those outside at the shore of Lagos or Nigeria should be repatriated back to the various countries. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for having me.
Honorable Foluke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to be different in terms of what our honorable colleagues are talking about rehabilitation. For a long while, Lagos State had been more like a Father Christmas, where migrants from other states invade Lagos for the purpose of begging. And children are the victims here. Now, when it has to do with repatriation, let it not be a one-off thing. Let us be consistent, especially with Kai. Whenever there's repatriation, let not just relax after about 3 months. They will come back. Let us be consistent with the repatriation. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Well, let me equally appreciate the prime mover and those who have contributed to this motion, and I quite agree with the word chosen, that it's a menace to our society, and it has always been around with us, and each administration has taken one step or the other to curb this menace. During Governor Fashola, many people were returned to their state of origin, many of them are yet. But the most important thing about what we have said or discussed today is looking at the source of this menace. When we address the source, then we can curb it. But when we keep on looking at the surface, then we are not ready. You see people on the road, and we use the term children. So when you look at children, you are thinking about age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 10. Ask yourself, can a child of 5, 6, 7 afford transportation fare from other part of the state to Lagos? It's not possible. It's not. So it simply means we have established cabal. We have established group of people who are benefiting from this. They warehouse them, they provide for them, they do everything. So when we look at that source, then we can now curb. And also, beyond what we have seen, and beyond child's right law, there's need for us to also come up with another law that will address begging and giving. Giving is an encouragement. Because of what they receive on daily basis, that is why they keep going to the road to beg. But when you call giving, when a giver becomes corporate, it will reduce the number of people going to the road to beg. Fine, all our religions, Islam, Christianity, traditionals, canvas giving. Muslims say zakat, Christianity will do this, even traditional, everything. So, but we must come up with a very genuine and civilized ideas of giving. So if you want to give, there's a space or an institution that you can give to that will address those that are in need. So when we do this, we will reduce this. If not, people will keep on coming. All your observations are genuine. They are all genuine. You are driving, somebody will be knocking on your door. Somebody will put soap on your windscreen and start wiping at the same time. In the process, they will scratch your car. So will even lose your mirror. So it's a threat to development of the states. If you are canvassing to become, what do we call our states? Mega city, something city, smart city, and yet we are being confronted with these many, then we are not ready. So it's for us to look inward. We must not look at the surface. It's not going to take us anywhere. But when you cut, the stem from the root, the leaves will dry up. So that's the area we should go to. I quite agree we must look at them. They are almost everywhere, but we should target where we have, substantial number of these people. Lekki Agas is going to Ibejuleki. You go to mainland, Yaba, mainland, and all this, and you come to Agege railway line. You see them, So that's what we should address. So the motion is there. I quite agree with the suggestion of one of the members that we should invite the ministry, the unit or department in charge, so we can learn from them, and we can also bring in our own observations. So at the end of the day, we come up with a law that will ban giving on the street. If you want to give, go and donate. So when you donate, a body sector can take care of it to address. And as quite observed, many of these people are coming from neighboring states and countries. And it has degenerated to the extent that even in Yoruba land, begging, to my own understanding, was alien to Yoruba people. To my own understanding, was alien. But now, everybody is begging. Somebody mentioned about the economy. We are all victims of the economic situation. And if every victim chooses to go to the streets, every victim chooses to go to the street and beg. So what we should do is to look inward and address the issue from the root so that we can, curb it. The second leg of it was street trading. Street trading is all over. Go to Turkey, you see street trading. Go to America, you see street trading. Go to UK. In fact, every Sunday, Liverpool market in UK, they will block all the streets around Liverpool. It's for our local government chairman to come up with arrangements that will suit the environment. Not everybody has financial muscle to rent a shop, a store, or all that. It's not everybody. When we are talking about economic situation, then we must also consider kind of measure for our people. So, it's to throw it back to the chairman of local government that has control of market to come up with ideas. So there's no way that they don't have street trading, but it's all about management. Where they call shop 10 million naira per annum, 20 million per annum. What are they going to say when you are requesting for 10 million, 20 million? Where is he going to get it? Where is he going to get it? And yes, we don't want them to become robbers. So we must, define the situation. So our council chairman must do something to accommodate these people in such manner that they will not constitute nuisance to the society. But if you say we have to remove them, if you remove everybody, where would they go? Where? Even the civilized nation that we look up to, they all have them. So in my own take, I hope the prime mover will also understand on the begging on our streets. We should invite the ministry. We should also take in our own observations. We should go and talk to them. So we'll come up with acceptable position. And through that, we can now come up with a law. And the law is to deter people from supporting them. It's because by giving, you are supporting them. And the state can open a center, a bank. If you want to give food, you can take it there and give the food. If you want to drop money, there will be an account. But the state will not manage it. We allow the society to manage it. You invite pastor, you invite imam, you invite notable people in the society, so they will manage it and disburse. So if you are in need, you don't have to go to the street. You can go to the center to solicit for support. And also criminalize idea of giving on the road. So when you are on the road, you did, for 1 week, you don't get kobo. The next week, you will not go. You won't go. So, I hope you are taking this in. So let us hear your prayer so we can just conclude on this matter.
As amended by the officer.
Who is second? Honorable Aro.
I rise to second the motion as
All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Honorable Setonji.
The Right Honourable Speaker and my distinguished colleagues, I'm here to lay before you the report of the 5-man ad hoc committee on a petition titled Save Our Soul, a call to the esteemed office of the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly to investigate, intervene, and prevent unjust, unreasonable, and irrational punishment of innocent soul on the altar of sexual assault by penetration. Surprisingly, a female teacher not mentioned from the onset by the false victim was held on Monday, 24th July 2023. I so lay. Therefore, Speaker and my colleagues, I'm also here to lay the report of the 5-man ad hoc committee on the petition titled Unjust Exemption from Lagos State Government Compensation for NSAS looting victims, held on Monday, 24th July 2023. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, we have come to the end of the business of the day today. Under a motion of adjournment, let me be the first person to wish the most experienced lawmaker in Nigeria and Africa happy birthday in advance. Distinguished colleagues, I have the approval of the Right Honorable Speaker to move that this House adjourn till Thursday night of November 2023. I so move, sir.
Okay. Observation.
Honorable Musiba.
Right, Speaker, I rise to second the motion being moved by the majority leader. Thank you, sir.
Before the question is put, there will be a short meeting immediately after plenary. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. This House stands adjourned till Thursday 9th November 2023 at 12 noon prompt. I rise.